Monday night or Tuesday, depending on what time zone we're talking about, Obama authorized airstrikes against what he called ISIS or ISIL or the Islamic State terrorism. On the one hand, he didn't tell the most important story people need to know. The Islamic State is a valued U.S. ally. U.S. Special Forces and CIA operatives train its fighters at a special center set up to do it in Amman, Jordan. They're also trained in Turkey. They're sent cross-border into Syria to wage war on the Syrian government. The idea is to replace its sovereign independence with a pro-Western stooge government, the same policy America pursued in Afghanistan, in Iraq, in Libya. It wants to do the same thing to Syria, regardless of the fact that the vast majority of Syrians support Bashar al-Assad. In the early June 2014 election, almost 89% of Syrians voted to re-elect Assad president, and they did it in an election independent monitors judged open, free, and fair. But that doesn't matter. It didn't matter that the vast majority of Libyans supported Muammar Gaddafi. America wants what America wants. It wants states it controls. It goes to any lengths to achieve it. War is usually the final option, and America wages so much of them that literally America has a permanent war policy. What did America actually attack beginning Tuesday night, continuing on Wednesday, on Thursday? What targets were attacked? We know what the major media reported, but we don't really know what targets were attacked. We do know this. The Islamic State forces were given ample warning that American attacks were coming, so they could easily disperse to various areas and stay out of harm's way. Were some of their fighters killed? Probably. Mostly civilians were killed. Civilian infrastructure was targeted and destroyed. This is the way America fights wars. Well, you certainly don't go around killing your ally. The idea is to weaken your enemy and destroy your enemy. So if you kill its civilians, if you destroy its infrastructure, if you begin escalating up the scale to target more government targets, which I believe is exactly what will happen. We need to watch this closely and see how the conflict develops. But one thing is very clear. In the first 24 hours of fighting, America dropped more ordnance on Syria than in all of the attacks it launched against Iraq from the first day they began up until when the Syrian attacks began. That's an astonishing figure. So it shows that the Iraqi conflict is almost a sideshow compared to what America wants to do in Syria. Remove the Assad government, replace it with a pro-Western stooge government. That's the scheme, using the Islamic State, using the Nusra Front, using al-Qaeda, using other terrorist groups. They're America's shock troops. That's what the major media, the Western major media, especially the American ones, will not tell their readers and their viewers. But this is the true story. Obama delivered a UN address yesterday. I wrote an article about it. I called it Obama's demagogic UN address. It was beginning to end mumbo-jumbo, brazen, big lies. It's the only way you can describe it. It was a horrific display of brazen lawlessness, a serial lying. This is what Obama does. He wouldn't dare tell the people of the world what his agenda is. And the heads of state and other officials from 192 or 193 countries present in the UN General Assembly know exactly what Obama's agenda is, and they had to sit through the stomach-churning 45 minutes or so of his address, listening to one bald-faced lie after another. It's all in my article. I commented on it extensively, and today Iranian President Hassan Rouhani spoke. His speech was polar opposite Obama's, the speech of a peace president, not a war president, the speech of a president who outreaches to all nations responsibly and wants good relations with the nations of the world, where America's official policy is to wage war on them, or the way I put it, to wage war on humanity for unchallenged global dominance. Unless a way is found to stop America's killing machine, then maybe humanity will not find a way to survive.